Just how rich is Michael Jordan? Basketball has evolved into one of the most watched sports in the world, with a number of teams competing for the famous NBA championship. New players have taken the court by storm, and the game is better than ever. But one name that will always be part of basketball royalty is Michael Jordan. Claimed to be the greatest player of all time, Jordan retired from basketball in 2003, but left behind a legacy greater than anyone's. And he took with him a bigger fortune than anyone has ever seen. Anyway, let's dive into the video. How rich is Michael Jordan? But before we do that, we would really like it if you would click the like button to support the channel. Remember, we make these videos for free for your entertainment, and that is all we ask for in support. Hit the subscribe button while you're there too. All set? Let's look at how rich the American legend is and how much his fortune is worth. Michael Jordan was born in Brooklyn, New York in 1963. He grew up in a home that had generations of his family going all the way back to his great-grandfather. His father, James Jordan, was an equipment supervisor, and his mother, Dolores, was a bank employee. Jordan's parents pushed him to succeed both athletically and academically. His father built him a basketball court in the backyard, where Jordan, with his older brother Larry, would spend hours shooting hoops. Coming from humble beginnings, Jordan faced rejection and difficulties as he made his way to the top of the world. And throughout his journey, he was supported by his parents and the rest of his family. Michael Jordan carved his name in stone as the greatest basketball player of all time, but also as one of the highest paid athletes in the world. And in this video, we'll go over how the legend gained a fortune from throwing a ball around. Basketball. This wouldn't be much of a video if we didn't mention Michael Jordan's first true love. The king of basketball is an inspiration to millions of players across the globe, but building such a legacy had to start somewhere. Emsley A. Laney High School, the place that set the foundations for Michael Jordan's extraordinary career, and also the place that gave Jordan his first taste of rejection. In his sophomore year, Jordan tried out for the school's varsity team, but was rejected for not being tall enough. Instead, he was put on the junior varsity team, where he completely dominated with 40-point games. He trained his heart out and grew 4 inches, which earned him a spot on the varsity team the following year. And very soon, Jordan proved it was a mistake to leave him out, as he averaged 25 points per game. A high school record like that was bound to attract a number of top colleges all over America. After graduating, Jordan joined the University of North Carolina on a scholarship and was coached by Dean Smith. In just his first year, Jordan managed to win the Atlantic Coast Conference Player of the Year award. He also scored the winning shot in the 1982 NCAA championship game. Jordan left college a year before graduating to take part in the NBA draft, but returned a couple of years later to complete his degree. All of Michael Jordan's effort and hard work finally paid off when he was picked by the Chicago Bulls in 1984. On his debut, he scored 16 points. A ticket stub from the game was sold for $284,000 in 2021. Jordan helped the Bulls turn into playoff contenders, and if that wasn't enough, he was voted as an All-Star in his rookie season. Jordan's amazing leap earned him the nickname Air Jordan, and in an exhibition game, he stunned the world when he shattered the backboard with a dunk. His match-worn shoes from the game were auctioned for a whopping $615,000. In 1991, Michael Jordan helped his team set a record of 61 wins in a season and pushed the Bulls all the way to their first championship in 16 years. Morale skyrocketed, and the Bulls went on to win the championship in the 2 following years as well. And Jordan became the first person in history to win 3 consecutive MVP awards. Despite the talent Jordan possessed and his unique ability to win games, he spent most of his career being underpaid. In his first season with the Chicago Bulls, Jordan earned $550,000, which increased ever so slightly with each passing season. He hit his first million or two in salary in the 1988 season when he earned $2 million. Jordan then took time off from basketball after the murder of his father. He eventually returned to the Bulls in 1995 and his salary nearly doubled to $4 million. After his return to the game, Jordan led the Bulls to another three-peat. For his final 2 seasons with the team, the Bulls found a loophole and paid Jordan $30 million to re-sign. Jordan then switched to the Washington Wizards, where he earned $1 million. In 15 years of basketball, Jordan was paid a small fortune worth almost $95 million. Jordan Brand. It's surprising how a former player who was underpaid for almost his entire career can be considered one of the wealthiest athletes ever. Well, most of Jordan's wealth doesn't come from his NBA games. Instead, it comes from royalties. When Michael Jordan joined the NBA, he wanted a lucrative shoe deal to announce his arrival. Jordan wanted a deal with Adidas because he loved their trademark 3 stripes. But Adidas wasn't on board and didn't offer him a contract. His next option was Converse. Jordan wore Converse in college and met the company leadership. They offered him the same $100,000 package as all the other stars, which angered Jordan. Nike came calling next, but Jordan was reluctant to meet with the company. After a lot of persuasion, Jordan met with Nike and was immediately interested in their plan. They offered him a stunning $500,000 per year contract, even before he made his NBA debut. The deal made headlines, and many were critical of it as well. But it was Nike and Michael Jordan who are still laughing to this day. Nike launched signature shoes for Michael Jordan and named them Air Jordan after his nickname. The first release of the shoes, Air Jordan 1, was predicted to bring in $3 million in 3 years. The shoes shattered that prediction and brought in $125 million in just the first year. The Jordan brand eventually expanded from signature shoes to clothing and other sportswear. Michael Jordan was paid 5% in royalties by Nike. In 2021, Nike sold $4.7 billion worth of Jordan brand items, which means the legend himself pocketed $150 million that year. That's nearly double the amount he earned in 15 years as a pro basketball player. The partnership has been standing strong for 4 decades, in which Michael Jordan has earned nearly $1.6 billion. Charlotte Hornets. Jordan also follows the basic philosophy, spend money to make money. And in 2010, he spent it in the greatest way possible. Jordan bought 97% of one of the worst teams in the NBA, the Charlotte Hornets, for $180 million. While people raised eyebrows at the deal, media rights exploded when the NBA legend bought the team. He eventually sold 20% of the team to investors, which took the overall worth of the Hornets to $1.5 billion. That is 10 times his initial investment. Before we move on, we'd like to know, how would you spend a fortune as big as Michael Jordan's? Do you think $95 million did justice to a player like Jordan? Let us know your opinions in the comments below. He's earned the money, but how does he spend it? Personal expenses. Jordan has always been a family man, and he makes sure that their standard of living never drops. He spent millions in real estate and even built a Jordan-themed mansion in Chicago. The property covers 56,000 square feet and has 9 bedrooms. The pool has a lawn patch in the center, and the gate to the mansion has the number 23 written on it. The house has a full golf course, a tennis court, a bar, and a cigar room. Jordan put the house up for sale in 2012 for $29 million, but it's still on the market today, with the value dropping to $14.9 million. In 2012, Jordan spent $12.8 million on his dream home in Florida. He spent another $20 million on renovations, and the house was completed in 2013. It features 11 bedrooms and bathrooms, a basketball gym, a guest house, and a pool house. With homes spread across the country, Michael Jordan needs a way to travel to each one. Well, he can pick anything he wants from his fleet of cars, which includes $10 million worth of Mercedes and Pontiacs, Ferraris, and Land Rovers. Or he could take to the skies in his private jet, which was painted in Carolina blue. It also has the famous Jumpman logo and the numbers 23 and 6, which refer to his shirt and the number of championships he's won. Michael Jordan is also a man of the people and has done remarkable philanthropy work over the years. He's donated $7 million to healthcare clinics and $3 million for hurricane relief, and millions more on other honorable causes. Net worth. So, how rich is the former champion, really? Forbes reports that Michael Jordan is worth an eye-watering $1.7 billion, making him the highest-paid athlete of all time. And with that, we've reached the end of our video on how rich Michael Jordan is. The legend retired ages ago, but still continues to earn more than any player on the planet. If you've watched till the end, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your post notifications. If you liked this video, check out this next one, and we'll catch you all next time.